Welcome to the Deep Dive. Now, if you're aiming to boost your social media impact, you might want to look into rabbitboost.net. But today, we are zooming right in on TikTok. Specifically, that tiny little image that shows up before anyone plays your video, the thumbnail.
It's crucial.
It really is.
Yeah,
It's kind
yeah.
of your first and maybe only chance to grab someone scrolling by. So our mission for this deep dive is to really unpack TikTok thumbnails. Why do they matter so much? How does the platform actually handle them? And, what are the best ways to optimize them right now in 2024 for more clicks?
Exactly. Because the reality on TikTok is, well, attention is incredibly scarce. Seconds, maybe less. We've looked at the latest strategies, what creators are actually doing to see what makes a thumbnail, work.
Right. So let's jump into that first part. Why does it matter so much? We all experience that endless TikTok scroll. I read somewhere average attention spans are down to like 8 seconds. On TikTok, it feels even shorter, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's probably closer to just a couple seconds, if that. And in that tiny window, the thumbnail has to do so much work. It's like a super fast visual pitch. It needs to instantly answer, what's this? Is it interesting? Should I stop scrolling?
It's like trying to get noticed in a massive crowd.
Yeah.
You need something that pops immediately. A good thumbnail literally stops the scroll, sparks curiosity. A bad one, your video might as well be invisible.
Totally. And there's data on this too. A Social Insider found that really eye-catching on-brand thumbnails can increase click-through rates on the For You page, that main feed, by up to 40%.
20%, that's massive. That's not a small tweet. That's a potential game changer.
It really is. That thumbnail is the first handshake. Get it right and you get the tap, the watch time, maybe even the share. Get it wrong. Well,
Yeah. Okay, so understanding how TikTok actually lets you set these is key then. It's not like YouTube, right? You can't just upload a custom graphic you made somewhere else.
exactly. That's a fundamental difference. TikTok makes you select a cover, that's what they call it, from a frame that's already in your uploaded video.
So the image has to come from the video itself.
Correct. No external uploads for the thumbnail image.
And while you can add text or stickers using TikTok's tools, they're pretty basic, let's be honest.
They are, which means if you want a really strategic, eye-catching thumbnail,
You have to think about it before you even film.
precisely. That's the secret sauce, really. Planning the shot while you're creating the content. Thinking, okay, this moment, this expression, this angle, this could be the thumbnail. You have to capture it intentionally.
So it becomes part of the actual filming process, not just something you slap on at the end. And you set it right before publishing in that cover section.
Yep, that's the spot. And you really need to preview it.
Because it looks different places.
Right. Think about the square version on your profile grid versus how it looks full size on the For You page. Cropping can catch you out if you're not careful.
Good point. Yeah. So you might need to adjust text placement too, make sure it's readable and add something.
Exactly. Use that flexibility.
All right, we get why and how. Let's talk principles. What actually makes a TikTok thumbnail magnetic? What are the rules for getting clicks?
Okay, rule 1. Clarity over clutter. It sounds simple, but it's vital. On TikTok, everything moves fast. Viewers need to grasp the subject instantly. Busy backgrounds, too much going on, people just swipe.
Yeah, visual overload. So like a clear subject, maybe a person's face nice and close up.
Close-ups often work really well, especially expressive ones. They create connection. And for text, keep it super minimal.
Right. No paragraphs, big, bold, readable, maybe tease something.
Exactly. A quick hook, a question, a hint of mystery, not the whole story. Next principle, color contrast and brand consistency.
Okay, making it stand out visually. Bold colors that grab the eye against everything else in the feed.
Yes. High contrast is your friend, and if you have brand colors, weave them in. It builds recognition over time. People start to associate that look with you.
So be deliberate with color choices. Don't just accept the default text overlay colors if they don't pop against your image.
Definitely not. Choose wisely. Okay, third principle. Include a curiosity gap element.
Ooh, I like this one. It's about making people need to know more, right?
Precisely. Hinting at something interesting without giving it all away. Think before and after shots, but you only show the before, clearly.
Or like a shocked face reacting to something just off screen. Or pointing at something.
Yes, or using text like, "you won't believe this," or "my biggest secret." It creates intrigue. It makes people need to click to find out. Tease, don't tell.
Makes sense. And the last principle.
A cohesive visual style. This ties into the branding point. Aim for consistency across your thumbnails. Maybe it's the same font style, similar color accents, or a particular way you frame shots. Top creators often have a signature look.
So even if the videos are about different things, the thumbnail feels like it's from you.
Exactly, it builds that visual shorthand. And always, always remember that square crop for the profile grid. Keep the important stuff faces, text safe in the center.
Okay, those principles make a lot of sense. We actually found a really interesting case study about this, a beauty creator at Globy Gina.
Right, Gina's story's great. She was getting decent views, maybe 5,000 or 6,000 per video, respectable, but she wanted more.
So what did she change?
A few key things based on these principles. First, she started intentionally filming a quick highlight moment specifically for the thumbnail, like a dramatic makeup application, a really clear product shot, or a big reaction.
Smart. Planning ahead.
Then she used TikTok's cover tool to add short, punchy text hooks, like 3 words max. OMG new shade or skincare hack, using her consistent brand fog.
Okay, keeping it concise and branded.
And she also played around with the background in the cover editor, maybe bumping the brightness slightly, tweaking saturation, just enough to make her image pop a bit more against others in the feed. Simple A/B testing in a way.
And the results.
Pretty dramatic, actually. Her average views jumped to around 13,000 per video. That's more than double.
Wow.
And she gained over 3,000 new followers in about 4 weeks. It just shows how dialing in your thumbnails can have a really significant impact.
Okay, so let's break down the anatomy of a great thumbnail even further.
Mm-hmm.
What are the must-have components?
Component 1, strategic frame planning. We keep coming back to this because it's crucial. Think thumbnail during filming. Capture that perfect moment. Preview freeze frames when editing.
Component 2, add overlay text that pops. Use TikTok's tool, but choose high contrast colors, readable fonts. Keep it super short and punchy.
And position it carefully. Avoid the edges or bottom where it might get cut off or covered by icons.
Right. Component 3, light and color mastery. Good lighting is essential. Make sure your subject is well lit. Play with contrast, maybe a bright top against a darker background.
Use filters sparingly, if at all. You want clarity, not something overly stylized or blurry.
Okay. Component 4, facial expressions that sell. We mentioned expressive faces, shock, joy, intrigue. Apparently, the data backs this up strongly.
Yeah, and Moto found thumbnails with expressive faces can get much higher click-through rates, like potentially over 50% higher. So don't be afraid to exaggerate a little for the thumbnail moment.
Good tip. And finally,
Component 5, minimal, high-impact design. Less is often more. One clear subject, bold color, clear text. Cut out the clutter. Crop tight, use clean backgrounds if you can. Focus the viewer's attention.
perfect. Now, what are the other side? The common mistakes we should avoid.
Oh, there are a few classic ones. The absolute number one is probably just letting TikTok auto-select the thumbnail.
The random blurry frame strikes again.
Exactly. Never do that. Always choose your cover manually. Another big one.
Oh.
Text that's way too small, it gets cut off.
If you can't read it instantly, it's useless, especially at the bottom where the captions and profile info sit.
Right. Then there's overcrowded visuals. Too much going on. No clear focus point. Keep it simple.
And forgetting about that square crop for the profile view leads to weirdly framed thumbnails on your grid.
A classic error. Also, ignoring brand consistency makes your feed look messy and less professional. And finally, just using the exact same thumbnail style over and over again. It can get repetitive. Mix it up slightly while staying consistent overall.
Okay, this is super practical. So for someone listening right now, ready to make their next TikTok, what are the immediate action steps?
Step 1. Plan your thumbnail shot before you film. Decide the visual, think about text placement.
Step 2. Capture a few options for that moment. Different expressions, maybe slightly different angles. Give yourself choices.
Step 3. Go into TikTok's cover editor. Scroll through, find the best frame, add your punchy text.
Step 4. Critically important preview. Check the For You page view and the square profile grid view. Adjust if needed.
Yep. And step 5, after posting, review performance, see what works, learn from it. Adjust your strategy for next time.
And you mentioned a bonus tip.
Yeah, create a thumbnail swipe file. Just screenshot thumbnails you love, especially your own best performers. Great for inspiration later.
Love that. Now, for those really serious about growth, any next level optimization tactics?
Well, you can try a basic form of A/B testing. Post similar videos, maybe a day apart with different thumbnails.
Yeah.
See which one gets better initial traction. It's not perfect, but it gives you some data.
A manual A/B test, basically.
Mhm.
What about external tools?
Definitely. Using tools like Canva or Adobe Express for planning can be huge. Mock-up layouts, test fonts, check safe zones for cropping. It helps you visualize before you even film.
Good idea. Any other advanced thoughts?
Yeah, really study the viral videos in your specific niche. What are the top creators doing with their thumbnails? Look for patterns. Don't copy, but learn. Also, think about accessibility. High contrast, clear text helps everyone. And finally, get feedback. Show a couple of thumbnail options to trusted friends before posting. See which one grabs them.
That's great advice. So wrapping this all up, it feels like the main takeaway is that the TikTok thumbnail isn't just a small detail. It's fundamentally important. It's your invitation.
Absolutely. It's a micro ad for your content. Strategic planning, expressive visuals, bold text, brand consistency, those are the keys.
And applying these tips consistently should really move the needle on views, clicks, and follower growth.
For sure, but it's an ongoing process. Keep analyzing, keep testing, keep refining. TikTok changes, trends change, so your strategy needs to adapt to.
So the final thought for everyone listening,
Yeah.
don't underestimate the power of that tiny image. How could focusing on optimizing your thumbnails change your entire TikTok game? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for this deep dive.
My pleasure. Lots to work with there.